The Notebook, penned by the prolific writer Nicholas Sparks, took the world by storm. First when it was released in 1996 and then later in 2004 with the film release. The touching story, aided by the on-screen chemistry of then real-life lovebirds Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling, became one of our favorite fairy tale romances, our breakup go-to, and our excuse for a good cry. But what don't we know about the story? Here is the untold truth of The Notebook. Nicholas Sparks was shocked. In a HuffPost Live video, Nicholas Sparks talks about the moment he found out the book sold. While working in pharmaceutical sales, Sparks actually got the call when he was bringing fried chicken to a doctor's office. He was so surprised he thought he heard his agent wrong.
Holy mackerel, right? This is the first book. This can't be happening. Then of course you hang up, you're like, I must have heard that wrong. I wonder what the catch is.
It was the start of a long success story, and in 2013, The Richest reported that the famous author is worth $30 million. Who says print is dead? Everybody doesn't love Ryan Gosling. Veteran film actor James Garner told About Entertainment that he had a great experience working on the film and especially loved his co-star Gina Rowlands. But it seems as though he didn't feel quite the same about his young co-star Ryan Gosling. To celebrate the 10-year anniversary of The Notebook, Vanity Fair reported a behind-the-scenes interview with VH1. In it, director Nick Cassavetes opened up about the relationship, or lack thereof, between Garner and Gosling. He said that when Gosling tried to rap with Garner about the accent they might use, Garner said he didn't do accents. When Gosling tried to talk about eye color, Garner said, "Everyone knows Jim Garner's got brown eyes. Do what you want, kid." In one last effort, Gosling said he'd wear contacts, but then asked about hair. Garner's response, "Do whatever you want, kid. Nice to meet you. See you later." Ouch! Don't worry, Ryan. We'll talk to you about your eyes all day long. Nobody wants Noah. While the rights to the novel were sold in 1995, the movie wasn't made until 2004. The reason? None of Hollywood's leading men were interested in playing Noah. Nicholas Sparks told IMDb a lot of actors believed there was no arc to his character.
So Ryan Gosling came in and brought that story to life and showed what you can do, even if the arc was relatively minimal.
Take that, Justin Timberlake, Tom Cruise, and all the other prominent actors who reportedly turned down the role. The Other Carolina. Sparks sets his novels in North Carolina, his home state. The Notebook, his first novel, was set in New Bern, North Carolina, which according to VisitNC.com just happens to be Sparks' home. So why did the movie take place in South Carolina? Scyway.net explains that when the film crew came down south to scout locations, they fell in love with South Carolina. So much so that they changed the movie setting to an imaginary place called Seabrook, South Carolina. In an interview with GoUpstate.com, South Carolina Film Office Commissioner Jeff Monks said, "It was written for North Carolina, but we're not above stealing from our neighbors. So much for Southern gentility." Ugly Gosling? Director Nick Cassavetes wanted Ryan Gosling, former Mickey Mouse Club alum, for the role of Noah Calhoun. Us Weekly reported that Gosling went to Cassavetes' home, where the director said, "I want you to play this role because you're not like the other young actors out there in Hollywood. You're not handsome, you're not cool, you're just a regular guy who looks a bit nuts." No, you didn't hear that wrong. It's safe to say that many people have come to disagree with Cassavetes' assertion of the Hollywood heartthrob. In fact, according to ET Online, in 2011, fans protested outside People magazine headquarters when Bradley Cooper was unveiled as that year's sexiest man. They said that there are even rumors Gosling has been in the running for the title and refused. Jess Cagle, editorial director for People, told E! News in 2014 that she looked forward to the day Ryan would be sexiest man. So it isn't for sure he's turned down the honor. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And this boy is smoking hot. Inspired by love. Have you ever wondered how Sparks came up with such a romantic, heart-wrenching story? He explains it all on his website. Apparently, it all started when his wife's grandparents were, sadly, unable to come to their wedding. To make up for it, they went to her grandparents' house, she in her dress and Sparks in his tux, to surprise them with a private celebration. They took photographs, ate cake, and it was there that they told Sparks and his wife the story of how they had met. Sparks comments that after 60 years, they acted no different towards each other than if they had been married yesterday. He thought it was a story of true love that lasts forever, and that's what he gave us with Noah and Allie in The Notebook. Cue the waterworks. Rocky romance. Despite the fantastic on-screen chemistry we saw in The Notebook, the leading actors did not get along very well. In fact, E! News Online reported that during one scene, as recalled by Nick Cassavetes, Gosling asked him if another actress could be brought in to read with him. Gosling said, I can't do it with her. I'm just not getting anything from this." Rather than call in another actor, Cassavetes conducted an impromptu therapy session so Gosling and McAdams could work things out. Cassavetes said the session didn't result in smooth sailing, but it was smoother sailing. In a behind-the-scenes video for the movie, we learned that the casting directors tested 10 different high-profile actresses. When Rachel McAdams came in, as far as the casting director was concerned, Allie was found. Cassavetes and Gosling agreed. So, despite some rocky filming moments, we ended up with crumpled-up tissues and full hearts because the perfect Noah and Allie charmed us. Gosling and McAdams went on to win Best Kiss at the MTV Movie Awards and be a couple in real life until their breakup in 2007. One of the best-loved movies and books of all time has to have some secrets. We're just glad things worked out the way they did, and we still have a film to watch when we need a good cry. Go ahead, grab a box of tissues and experience it again now that you know more about the real story. Thanks for watching! Click the list icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out this cool stuff we know you'll love too.